Hey everybody, it's me, JSPR, and I just wanted to go over JSPR with you because it's up 465% today, and I truly believe that this is just getting started, and I'm going to explain why in this video. I'll start by saying that I remember trading this when it went from $10 to $14. In fact, at one time, I think it even went as high as $18 or $17. It was really crazy to see it all the way down to 40 something cents. And I did notice it last week at that price. It was just in awe, and I'm very happy to see that, it had good clinical results today, which is the reason why this is skyrocketing. But it also got a price target increase, which is why I think it's just getting started. Also, I'm very familiar with the way that this trades because, like I said, I used to trade the stock, and it's been a while since I did. But I know that it has very, very big swings, and that's another reason why I think we're just getting started. But there's several reasons, and we're going to get into that more in this video. So let's get started. And guys, I truly apologize. I hope all of you had a wonderful new year. I have been sick as a dog. I am wicked sick right now too. I just can't wait to crawl into bed, but I couldn't miss this opportunity to tell you about this stock because I really think it's going to go far. So let's get started so I can hop back into bed. All right, just so you can see that I'm not making that up, here we go back to September of 2021, and you can see that it hit an all-time high of $18.88. And guys, I believe that this was a de-SPAC, which is why it was trading at $10 for so long. And like I said, look at these swings. Look at the way that this has traded. It's just been quite wild. And I truly believe that with the news today, which was huge, by the way, it has a long way up to go. So just so you're aware of what happened, for those that missed it, JSPR skyrockets on promising data in sickle cell disease and beta thalassemia. Now, guys, beta thalassemia and sickle cell is a blood disorder, and JSPR is doing a phase 1/2 trial, and it was proven that safe in all 3 patients in this trial. Now, this is a fairly rare disease, so it's probably hard for them to find subjects. And as far as I know, as a nurse, there's not much treatment for it. I know that they do get a lot of transplants, like with their blood and things like that. But anyways, the first 2 subjects achieved 100% donor myeloid chimerism at 60 days post-transplant. Guys, I'd love to be able to explain to you what that means, but I think it just means that basically the transplant took, okay? And all of them were successfully engrafted, and there were no adverse side effects, which is huge. For there to be nothing that happened to any of these 3 patients is just really good for this drug. And it says that Oppenheimer J. Olson has a buy rating on the stock and a target price of $8. So guys, we're actually going to take a look while we're talking about this. It does have a strong buy and a buy combined rating from the 5 analysts that rank it. Now, the fact that 5 analysts ranked this and it was trading under $1 before today is pretty huge. You can see that the low side is $4 and the high is 10 with an average of $7.25. So right now, we're not even trading at the low end of that spectrum of $4. And here's another reason why I truly believe that they're going to let this run, and I mean run, and run hard. Look at the way that it's broken down into owners. Only 5.5% is others, meaning like you and I. Most of the holders of this are institutions at 61.61%. Corporations own 24.35%. Now, corporate guys could be things like bigger drug companies that are investing in this drug. You often see that with a lot of these startup companies. Insiders own 8.49%, and like I said, you and I retail traders only own 5.55% before today. The free float is 22.9 million, and today's volume was almost 3 times that at 63.41 million shares traded. Now look at the turnover. It's at 0. Guess why that is, guys? Today's turnover, though, was 166.94%, but the average turnover is zero because institutions aren't selling this, insiders aren't selling this, corporate investors aren't selling this. The only ones selling it are those day traders like you and I, right? And I didn't sell it, I'll tell you that. Actually, I'm playing options in this, and believe it or not, I had options on this from a while back, guys, when I saw it getting low. Not even last week, but prior to that, I had bought options in it. God, it was higher though, because I bought $5 call options that I thought were going to nothing, and it was like on an off chance that it skyrocketed. And boy, did I get lucky. So I'm actually up on those options right now, and I think that they're going to be in the money and possibly even higher by the time we get there, because I really think that we're moving, and I do have some later ones as well that I might have bought last week. I just honestly don't know where they came from. Sometimes I am like a little kid in a candy store when I see things cheap and think there's a good shot at something for a cheap buy. I might as well throw something at it, and that's what I happened to do with this one, and I think that it's going to be a very good trade. I have that luck with biotech a lot, and I don't know if it's the nurse in me that sees a good company and wants to invest in it, but that happened to be what happened here. And guys, I'm telling you that this has a long way up to go. Oh, wrong slide, sorry. All right. The short interest in this is only showing at 3.35%. Now, I believe after today that that's highly inaccurate, but there are no shares left to borrow. So, interestingly enough, I want to bring this to your attention while I'm telling you this, because there's been no shares left to borrow for the last 10 hours, right? So today when I noticed this, and I tweeted it out, if you follow me on Twitter, you saw me tweet this, and all of a sudden the stock price started falling. I found that very interesting, because who would be selling when there's no shares left to borrow? Did they borrow them up to short it? Potentially. That's what I'm thinking. Because clearly there's some institutions that I'm sure are shorting it as well. It didn't get to 40 cents out of nowhere, okay, guys? And they don't give up easily. But as you can see today, the short interest, or the short percentage of the free float, was 62.58%. Oh, God, I'm sorry. This is the cost to borrow. Forgive me, guys. I'm so sick. I'm ready to go to bed. The cost to borrow is 62.58%. So it's getting pretty pricey. It's been this way for the past couple of weeks at that price. So the fact that they didn't sell those shares, I don't understand, when it was at 40 something cents, you know, up till this morning. At any rate, check this out. Today they shorted it. 57.52% was the short volume ratio. So all the shares in the dark pool, 57.52% of those were shorted. Now look at the weird range in here. This you don't see very often. It goes from 10% to 86.9% for short volume ratio. Guys, normally, like, if a stock's being heavily shorted, you see it like at around 50% or more every single day. The fact that there's several days where this is 10, 11%, 20, 30%, and then days where it goes up to 70, 86, 57, that's just crazy to me. This is odd. I don't know how to explain it. Honestly, probably a lot of people weren't even trading it, and that's probably why. And they were probably just trying to maintain their short position. They were probably hoping to get it under 50 cents. It's the only thing I can think of. But look at, there's not failure to delivers that come into play. So it's a very interesting play right now, and I believe that the longs are going to win. So keep this on your radar, because I think tomorrow we're going to see